Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about controlling the roto vibe via the expression pedal on the GX10 or the GX100. Now, I don't often do deep dives on specific effects just because there are so many. However, I had a great question regarding being able to control the rate of the roto vibe in particular using the expression pedal. Now, the parameters within the Roto Vibe are a little bit confusing if you've never utilized that kind of speaker before. Now, the Roto is based on a Leslie type speaker, which is essentially a spinning drum, and it gives it that, modulation sound as the actual speakers are spinning within the drum. Now, there's a couple of different controls here, and I want to go through them because once you understand those, then you can easily be able to assign different things to the actual pedal and get the best use out of it. So I'm basically using the overdrive tone. So this tone is available from the link in the description in my free GX toolkit presets. So let's jump in on the computer and we'll drag a Roto Vibe into this patch. So basically just scrolling across in this top line, and we're going to find Rotary. And I'm just going to apply this directly after my EQ in this patch, and this is what it sounds like. Let's have a look at the different parameters that are in the Rotary. Now, first of all, let's discuss the rotor and the horn. In a traditional Leslie speaker, you've got the horn at the top and then you've got the drum speaker. Now, you can blend the sound of the drum, which is a low frequency, with the horn, which is a high frequency, so that you can change the tone of the actual modulation. You've got drive, which will add a little bit of, distortion or overdrive to the actual sound itself. So for me, I prefer the sound with no drive, but again, your mileage may vary. And then you have the direct mix. You can blend your effects chain in with the sound of the Leslie. So basically just you can minimize the actual sound of how much rotary you're hearing. And then you've got the mic distance. So with a traditional Leslie speaker, it would be mic'd like a normal guitar cabinet, and you can change the distance of the actual microphone sound. And again, that's a very subtle sound. Now let's talk about the different speed controls, and this is where things can get really creative. You've essentially got the speed select button, which allows you to toggle from a fast rate down to a slow rate and vice versa. And the slow rate is controlled obviously by the slow rate parameter. So when the speed select button is toggled, it will then go down to whatever speed is set on the slow. Then when you toggle the speed select on fast, it'll then move or transition back up to the fast rate. Now you've got a rise time and a fall time. So the fall time is the transition of how long it takes to get back down to the slow rate, and then the rise time is how long it takes to get back up to the fast rate. So for an example, let's set the slow rate down to 0 for a moment, and I'll just set the fall and the rise time down to 0 as well. So I've got a very fast rate. Now when I play and toggle down to the slow rate, here's what happens. There was no real transition. I went directly from the fast down to the slow. And that's because we've got a 0 fall time. However, if I just go back here and just make the fall time 100, now it'll take a longer time, or the longest time, to get back down to the slow. So here's what it sounds like. So you can see it took quite a while for the speed to decelerate to its slow value. Now, the same is true for the rise time. We can set how fast the speed goes back up to fast. So as an example, I'll set it to 100, and this will be the longest transition time from slow to fast. Here we go. So you can see it took a few seconds to go from slow to fast. So essentially you can govern how long it takes to transition between the two settings. You may want it to transition instantaneously. You may want it to be a slow rise or fall. So as an example, let me just set some more conservative values here. Let's go with, say, let's go maybe 40 on that. And let's go to, say, 80. So I'm doubling the speed. Okay, so now I've got the rise time. I'll make that 50. And we'll make the fall time 50. So these are sort of mid values. So let's now have a listen. So that's the different speed values. Now, you can assign the speed select to toggle using one of the assignment switches, and that's all very well and easy to do. However, what if you want to control the speed yourself and not be limited by these set values? So we can essentially assign the fast rate to the expression pedal. So let me just show you how we do that. Click on Control Expression. Let's use slot number 10 here, and we will click Edit. And I'm going to set that to the rotary. And the parameter will be the fast rate. And then I'm going to have it set between 0 and maximum. Now, I'm going to set this to expression pedal, and that will then, if I close that, close, and now, so there you go. Now you've got manual control over the speed of the actual rotor itself. So now when I move the pedal, you'll see the rate is changing. And if I play, so there you go, that's controlling the rotary with the expression pedal.